What is going on today, guys? A here, and today we're bringing you week 5 of the UGL. This is our team builder. If you are new here, check out the playlist. We are doing pretty well. We had a rough start right at the beginning, but we are doing pretty well. And this week, hopefully, we're going to keep doing pretty well. Like I said, if you are new here, check out the playlist, hit the like button, and subscribe because that's what's going to help me out the most. And if you're not new here, hopefully you have been enjoying what I've been doing. Last week I kind of revamped the team builder and the battle, so you can see this brand new layout, and I had this for the battle and everything too, so hopefully everybody was liking that. I'm really trying to put in some more work into these videos. Also, pretty soon, probably within the next 2 to 3 days, there should be a draft breakdown for ISL coming out. ISL is a league that KJ runs, and the competition there is insanely good. I basically know, at this point, I basically know what team I'm going to end up with. I have one pick left. It's a tier 5. It's a pretty fire tier 5, I'm not gonna lie. I would be surprised if I get sniped on it, but I pretty much know the core of my team and everything that I have, and we're looking pretty good there. So keep an eye out for the draft breakdown there. But we are here to talk about our week 5 matchup against Samu. Samu also has a YouTube, so once his video goes up, I'll link his video in the description. He has a pretty good bulky offense team with Toxapex, Alakazam, Arcanine, Tangrowth, Sharpedo, Guard, Flapple, Rotom, Steelix, Skuntank, Luxray. Funny enough, Steelix, I think, is his kill leader. I think Steelix is pretty high on the kill leader boards, actually, because they got a 6-0 against the Sand team in week 1. So, Toxapex obviously is very, very annoying, and you'll see I don't have Aromatisse on my team, and that's because I don't want to give Toxapex a excuse to come in, especially with Aromatisse, since I have no way to pivot out with that Pokemon. So I don't want to give Toxapex any more excuses to come in than it should. So Aromatisse is kind of sitting on the bench, which means I'm going pretty offensive this week, like really, really offensive. And we are going to start out here with our Urshifu. You can see it's a different set than what we usually bring. It is Life Orb Bulk Up Substitute. I feel like there is a lot of things that I can get a substitute on. I can sub up on the Toxapex, I can sub up on the Arcanine, I can sub up on the Steelix, I can sub up probably on the Skuntank too. But just the thing is, like there's a couple things here that I can get a sub up on, and after one bulk up we actually 2-hit KO Toxapex, I'm pretty sure. So that's really, really nice. I was gonna run Aqua Jet for the priority against things like Alakazam, Gardevoir, Steelix. I don't really need priority for Steelix, but Alakazam and like a Scarf Gardevoir. But I don't really think that I'm going to need that. So I'm running with this set. I think this set's gonna be a lot of fun. This set's not really my win con per se. If I never get a bulk up or a substitute off, that will be fine. I'll just come in and I'll keep clicking liquidation and send headbutt. I think the move that I might not click is substitute. I probably will get a bulk up off here and there because, like I said, I need the bulk up to 2-hit KO Toxapex. So if I don't click one of the moves, it will probably be Zen headbutt. Urshifu though outspeeds his whole team outside of Alakazam. So he has to be running Scarf Gardevoir this week, and he needs to be getting some kind of speed boost off with his Sharpedo and get like a Psychic Fangs off. But Scarf Gardevoir definitely has to be brought this week, because otherwise he has a really rough time dealing with Urshifu. And next we have our Sizzler here. We're just bringing Choice Band Sizzler, Bullet Punch, Dual Wing Beat, Knock Off U-Turn. Just kind of running a little bit of speed in case he's trying to speed creep me with anything. Nothing really matters, I don't think, if he's speed creeping me with anything. But we have pretty much just max HP and then max attack Adamant. Nothing really special about this Sizzler other than the fact that the priority is very, very nice against Alakazam. Alakazam doesn't get any fire coverage. He has no flame body Pokemon. U-turn does damage to most of his team. Knockoff is really nice against his team. Like Sizzler kind of comes in and chips something, especially if Gardevoir is very low. If Toxapex, if Toxapex is low, then Sizzler just comes in and either claims something or chips something for 40%, 50%, however much. And that is very, very nice against this team because he does have the double regenerator core. He doesn't want to bring Tangrowth in on this. He doesn't want to bring Flapple in on this. I think his switch-ins to this usually would be Arcanine, would be Toxapex, and would be Steelix. But we could have Superpower for Steelix. So like if he keeps switching Steelix in, I'll be able to punish that because of Pelipper and what you'll see on Jolteon later on. But Sizzler comes in, pressures something out, clicks U-turn, does damage if things like Toxapex and Arcanine are chipped down. I can just click Bullet Punch. So that's kind of the idea with Sizzler. Like I said, we're just here to get as much damage off with this Pokemon as we can. And the next Pokemon, Pelipper, is about to do a ton of damage to this team. We're bringing Choice Specs Pelipper this week with Scald, Hurricane, Ice Beam, U-turn. Same thing with Pelipper. We are coming in and we are pressuring. This actually does 50% to a physically defensive Toxapex. So 2 Hurricanes take Toxapex out. Nothing else on his team wants to switch into Pelipper. Alakazam can't take a hit. Arcanine can't take a hit. Tangrowth can't take a hit. Sharpedo, Gardevoir, Flapple, Rotom, Steelix can't take a Scald. Skuntank, Luxray. None of those Pokemon want to take a hit, so when Pelipper comes in, it's probably pressuring something out, which means I can U-turn and get some kind of momentum, which is really, really nice. But I can also just stay in and click Hurricane. Like a lot of the time, staying in and click Hurricane is not going to be bad. My goal is to get as much damage off on this team and show him that he has no switch-ins, and then just kind of let him give me kills, because once my Pokemon come in at a certain point, I'm going to be getting kills. He also likes running Morning Sun Arcanine. So with Rain Up, Morning Sun actually is going to be healing him a lot less, which is huge. I don't even know if he knows about that interaction. I'm sure he does. Samu's a pretty good battler. So I wouldn't be surprised if he knew about that. But the fact of the matter is, if he is running it still, then as long as I can control the rain like I need to, then he will be getting less from that. I'm not really scared of Sharpedo in the rain. Only because of Rotom and because of Jolteon. So I mean, it is what it is there, but I think overall Pelipper comes in, either claims a kill or does a ton of damage, or pressures something out and gives me momentum, which is huge in this match. I'm also speed creeping Adamant Flapple and Adamant Luxray. So if they're not max speed, then we will outspeed with Pelipper, but I doubt that they're not going to be max speed. I just put that speed there because I don't need the speed anywhere else. So I just kind of stuck it there. And then next we have our Jolteon. We are bringing modest Quick Feet Jolteon. I don't think he's gonna run Scarf Alakazam, so I'm outspeeding his base 95s. That way, if it's like a Scarf Arcanine or something, we outspeed the Arcanine, and in turn we also still outspeed his Alakazam, because like I said, I don't think he's bringing Scarf Alakazam to deal with my Jolteon. So we're bringing Flame Orb, Quick Feet, Thunder, Weather Ball, Shadow Ball, Volt Switch. This Jolteon is about to do damage. This Jolteon's about to do a ton of damage, and we have Weather Ball because his switch-ins to Jolteon is Steelix, and Steelix is not taking a Weather Ball from Jolteon, so that's great. That's probably like one of the better things to happen. So I'm not even entirely sure how much Steelix takes from a Weather Ball, but I assume that Steelix is not taking a Weather Ball, especially if we get rocks up and it comes in on rocks. I think a Weather Ball probably just kills it, but that'll be a calc I'll have to run a little bit later. We also have Thunder, obviously, for the Toxapex, because Toxapex is super annoying. Shadow Ball for Rotom, Volt Switch for Momentum, because his blocker, the Pokemon he wants to block my Volt Switch with, is Steelix. So if he doesn't even bring Steelix, I get free Volt Switches. If he does bring Steelix and I'm in the rain, he can switch it in, but then I'm just gonna Weather Ball. So I'm not too scared of his Steelix, and our Jolteon is actually pretty bulky because I only had to run 92 speed EVs, which is huge. Jolteon is an amazing Pokemon inside weather and limited decks. Like, not having it in power did hurt it, but this Pokemon is putting in work. Every game I bring it, this Pokemon is gonna put in work, and I think it's gonna put in work again this week because it's gonna outspeed things like Scarf Gardevoir. Sorry, that's basically the team you just saw, but it's gonna outspeed things like Scarf Gardevoir. It's gonna outspeed things like a +1 Sharpedo. It's gonna outspeed things like Scarf Arcanine. I don't think he brings Scarf Arcanine. I think his Arcanine's gonna be bulky. Scarf Gardevoir and +1 Sharpedo are the two main things that Jolteon needs to worry about outspeeding. And then next we have our KJ, the Piloswine. We have Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Ice Shard, Roar. Roar is in case he wants to start setting up body presses with Steelix, which isn't a huge deal because we have Pelipper. Like, I know it's not a huge deal, but even he could set up Dragon Dances with Flapple. He could set up Calm Minds with Gardevoir. He could set up, I don't know, does Arcanine, I think Arcanine gets bulk up. I'm not sure. He could set up Nasty Plots with Alakazam. Like, we just kind of didn't need a last move, so I put a phasing move there in case he does want to start setting things up. I can come in with Piloswine and click Roar. But the biggest thing is we need Stealth Rocks up. Stealth Rocks is very, very nice because he because of the sturdy Steelix. His team is very, very switch-inable, if that's a word. He has things like Toxapex and Arcanine and Tangrowth and Steelix and Skuntank, and like he's gonna be doing a lot of switching, I feel like. So especially if I can keep the pressure up where he can't get his rocks away. Even if he could get his rocks away, he has to bring Defog Rotom or Defog Skuntank, which I'm fine with because that means I'm facing a Rotom and a Skuntank, which is completely okay with me. Those aren't Pokemon I expect to come. So if he does bring them, then that's fine. If he doesn't bring them, then he's not getting rid of my rocks. And I think if he doesn't bring them, we just lead Piloswine and click rocks. But we'll have to see. We also have Earthquake because Toxapex is annoying. I mean, we're probably not doing half. And with Toxapex, you probably want to be doing half. We're probably not, but it's still good chip to have. Ice Shard is for the Flapple and only the Flapple. And I mean, it's pretty much like it can hit Tangrowth and can prioritize. Like if Alakazam is brought down to a Sash, I can come in with Piloswine and click Ice Shard. But basically there it's for the Flapple. Flapple will probably die to this Ice Shard. And like I said, Roar for phasing things out that want to set up in case we need it, since I really didn't need a last move. And then lastly we have Ari, the Rotom-Mow here. We have Leftovers, Defog, Thunderwave, Leaf Storm, Volt Switch. I really like this set with the team I'm bringing because I can Thunderwave things like Alakazam. I can Thunderwave things like Sharpedo, Gardevoir. I can Thunderwave Arcanine. I can Thunderwave Toxapex. Getting a Thunderwave off on Toxapex would actually be really, really good because then he has to play his recover turns a lot differently, because if he does get paralyzed on that one crucial recover turn, then we're in a really, really good spot. So getting a para off on Toxapex, Tangrowth, like getting a para on all of his Pokemon is really, really nice. So I think Thunderwave is a really good bring this week. Defog is for the fact of him having rocks on Steelix. I didn't want to not have a Defog Pokemon. He could also have Toxic Spikes. I think that's why I brought it, is because of Toxic Spikes. He could have Toxic Spikes, so I can come in with Rotom and Defog those away at some point. Again, his ground type is Steelix, so he doesn't really want to switch Steelix in on like a Leaf Storm or something. And we also have just Volt Switch because, like I said, if he doesn't bring Steelix, then we just get free Volt Switches and great positioning. But overall, Rotom also outspeeds, I think it's the Scarf 95s after a para. Yeah, if I had Thunderwave the Scarf 95s, I think that's what the speed is. And then the rest, I put enough special defense to get 2-hit KO'd by Scarf Guard, and then the speed, HP, and then the rest just went in special attack and defense, so I'm not wasting anything. But overall, the Rotom set I think is very, very good in this matchup. I think it's a good replacement for Aromatisse because Rotom at least does give us pivoting. So if I do bring Rotom in and I think they're going to get pressured out, I can Volt Switch. And if he wants to go into Steelix, I can just Leaf Storm and do a lot of damage to him. But overall, I like our matchup in this week. It's very, very offensive, not something that I'm super like used to. Like I have been playing a bit more offensively here lately, but not like super offensively, especially not bringing no wish passer, which I don't have this week. But like I said, I just couldn't bring aromatease because I had to give Toxapex less opportunities to be able to come in on things. And with that, if we can limit the Toxapex switch ins, then we can definitely win that game. But that is where I'm going to leave you. So if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.